Many new pattern designs are often inspired by fabric or even the subscription theme of the month. Ellowyne Wilde is traveling the world and landing in Seville, Spain. Although the pattern did end up having quite a Latin flair, it was really the Dark Knight's Ellowyne that inspired the final look. In today's sewing tutorial, we'll walk through the construction steps for the Spanish Kiss gown. Let's go ahead and get started. The gown for the Spanish Kiss pattern contains 8 pattern pieces. We have the sleeve and the sleeve flounce, the left side front and the front, the right side front, the back, the side back, and the actual ruffle piece. To start the construction, we'll take our pieces, make some small clips in towards the curved edge, grab our left and right side front, place it right sides together to the front section, and get them sewn in place. We'll grab our center back piece and we'll sew from the hem edge to the dot as indicated on the pattern for the zipper opening. You do want to note, as indicated on the pattern, this is a 1/2 inch seam allowance. The zipper opening for the dress is approximately 5 inches, so I'm going to use this 12-inch zipper with very small teeth and cut it to size. Then I can use the remainder of the zipper tape for another project. With the zipper opening pressed well, I'll grab my zipper, I'll place the metal stop just below that finished seam and sew the zipper in place. I'm going to sew down one side of the zipper tape, take a 90-degree turn at the bottom, and come up the other side. If you're happy with the zipper installation, you can take the pull of the zipper, pull it to the lowest position, and trim off the excess zipper tape in line with the neckline. We'll grab our side back sections, place it right sides together to the back, and get that seam sewn in place. We'll get those seams pressed open, then we'll sew the front and back together at the shoulder seams. We'll press those seams open and grab our sleeves. You'll place the sleeves right sides together to the dress, matching the notches. The single notch goes to the front and the double notch goes to the back. If you are using a fabric that tends to fray a lot, you do want to be careful about how much you trim your seam allowance. With the main portion of our dress constructed, we're going to turn our attention to the sleeve flounce. I'm going to do this with lining pieces. So each flounce contains 2 circular pieces, so I'll have also 2 lining pieces. We'll sew one short edge of the circles together, then we'll press that seam open, place the circles together again, and sew around the circular edge. We'll trim down the seam allowance, turn the flounce right side out, and press the edge. With the flounce pressed, you'll run a gathering stitch at the inner circle. You'll pull that gathering stitch gently, place it right sides together to the sleeve edge, and pin it in place. With the sleeve flounce attached, we'll press that seam allowance up, then get the dress front and back sections sewn together at the side seams. Let's get those seams pressed open and turn the dress right side out. This is the perfect place to stop and get a quick fit to your doll before moving on to the lining. Everything appears to be good through the front and the back. You do want to be careful that you don't pull the pull off the zipper when you're test fitting it to your doll. And since things appear to be good, we'll go ahead and move on to construction of the lining. Our lining for the dress is complete and constructed utilizing the exact same steps we used to make the dress, with the exception of the flounce, where we actually just turned the sleeve lining up 1/4 of an inch at the hem edge and gave it a press. The zipper opening has been pressed back in the back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to place the lining to the dress with right sides together and sew it around the neckline from zipper to zipper. Before clipping or trimming in towards that seam allowance, you do want to check both sides carefully to make sure that everything looks good. If it does appear to be okay, you can go ahead and clip and trim in towards the seam allowance, turn it right side out, and press the neckline. With the lining to the inside of the dress, the last thing you want to confirm is that the zipper is installed properly and that when you pull the pole in the upright position, it equally matches up on both the right and left opening. Next, we'll grab our dress ruffle and create our narrow hem along the curved edge. We'll run 2 gathering stitches around the waist edge. We'll pull our gathering stitches evenly to match the hem edge of the dress. With the ruffle pinned in place to that thigh split, you will cross those 2 pieces over 1/4 of an inch at that seam. You'll give that a quick check on both sides and turn the dress right side out. Here's a quick view of where we are, and we just have a few more steps and our project will be complete. So the next 2 things we're going to do is we're going to take a needle and thread and hand finish the lining to the zipper tape, as well as catch that lining at the seam of the sleeve. With our hand finishing steps done, we can turn our dress right side out and get those final photographs. As you can see from the final photographs, the Dark Knight's Ellowyne is the perfect doll choice for the Spanish Kiss design. Her warm color palette and dark raven hair make her the perfect señorita in Seville, Spain. When I put together a new pattern, I try to keep in mind that this is just a launching pad for your own personal creativity. Although instructions are included for each pattern, you always have the opportunity to use your own techniques and skills to change up the design. This may include replacing that narrow hem on the ruffle and turning it into a rolled hem, or even adding a contrasting fabric underneath. Whatever fabric or doll inspires you as you start this new design, I invite you to post your finished photographs on the Designs by Jude Showcase and Share page on Facebook. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I invite you to hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.